Guten bloody Tag, meine Freunde. Welcome back to CCFC, and there's something pretty exciting happening this week. That's right, my kit is finally being released tomorrow at 12 PM in the lunchtime hour for the most committed CCFC viewers. Today, we are going to be going through every single current Premier League club and finding out their best ever badge. It's a beautiful badge, this one. Maybe we'll do Europe as well. This one, it's okay. It's not my favourite. First up, we've got Arsenal. Now, they've got some good ones. And they ended up with this, which is arguably the worst badge in the entire league system. Horrific. I considered, the cannon. The cannon with the AFC there, because they're like munitions, okay? They're meant to be like cannonballs, but they got AFC in it. Clever. Me very much likey. However, I think my favourite, and I think the best, the Art Deco one's pretty cool, but I think the best, personally for me, is 1949 to 1990. I think this is a work of art. You've got loads of these patterns here, which remind me of the animated episode of Mr. Bean, where he puts Teddy on a stick, and then he paints the wall with him, and he makes like a weird French pattern. I don't know why that is ingrained in my head. I do not know any other episodes of Mr. Bean. But apparently I know that one. And that's what this feels like to me. It's got a little coat of arms in here. That's nice. It's got a bunch of Latin shit. What happened to Latin? Why did we fuck that off? That was a staple of badges. Fantastic stuff. Terrible. Not terrible. I mean terrible that we got rid of it. This is Arsenal's best ever badge. Aston Villa up next. Now this badge just seems to say forward, which is weird. And then they move to prepared. Okay, not particularly inspiring, isn't it? It's like having a badge that just says that way. Now they've gone back to the roundel currently. Actually, no, they went to the roundel for one season. Did people not like that, and that's why they changed it back to that? I don't know. I don't like this. This is boring, and I don't like it at all. This one's actually better without the border for some strange reason. I'm gonna go for 2000-2007. Now I don't like prepared, but at least it's in a serif font and not sans serif. It's got the little bits on the letters. That's how I would describe that. The little bits. That's what serif is. The little bits on the letters. And then sans serif means without serif. So the more you know. Easy winner for me. But it would be better if it didn't have prepared. Next up is Bournemouth. Now, I kind of like this one. This is pretty interesting. Does feel a little bit like Huddersfield. And then in the 70s, everyone just had three letters. But they bloody loved doing that. And then they went to the weird man heading the ball backwards at a corner. And then they went to pretty much the iteration, pretty much the same thing until 2 years in the 80s, where they just made like a sick badge. I like that the cherries is sort of asymmetrical, off-center. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. But somehow, this one is actually the best. The 2024 one they wore in like pre-season, which everyone panicked that they had changed it. I think this is glorious. And I'm not sure I did. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, no, everyone's going to round badges. But I think this is an exception. This is wonderful. It's classy. It doesn't feel like the City's one feels a bit cartoony, Feels a bit like it's like our 70s badge, but they made it in Fortnite. This feels like a fresh take on an old thing, and I like that. I think it's very classy and easily Bournemouth's best ever badge. Brentford up next, and I believe it's just a coat of arms of Middlesex. Looks pretty similar to Essex, actually. Maybe the Essex bit in all of that is why. Maybe the three swords is integral to that. Well, this is weird. I've never seen this before, and I don't want to ever see it again. It looks like a lower league Austrian side. I hate this badge. This one's awful, ugly. Don't like what they're doing with any of that. This one, maybe the worst 125-year centenary badge of all time. How violently ugly is that? That doesn't go, oh yeah, we've been on it for 125 years. That's the Arsenal badge shape. Twice. Honking. Really, that's actually fucked me off. This one, also terrible. What's going on here? Boring, weird. Is that like Arial font? You insane? This one, now it's pretty blurry, but the bee is smiling. It's pretty cool. And I'm very, very tempted. This may be the clearest centenary badge I've ever seen, because it's a little bit weird. I'm going to go. He's got a little hat on. Oh. Now this one, the current one, I get it, but I don't want them to have a round badge, even though I am about to pick this one, which is technically round. But this on a shirt every week would go hard. They should do one kit with maybe just the B, because I like that. That's fun, isn't it? Stop being boring, Brentford. Get this one back. Brighton up next, and look at this selection we have here. Whoa, what the fuck is that? That's like a plaque you'd see on a house. What is that? And what is that? Jesus Christ, lads, what is going on? Now, let's work our way backwards. Now, for some reason why, the seagull got upset and turned the other way. He was always facing left until then. I guess this is a throwback to this one here. Weird that. Two badges, don't like it. When did they switch from being the dolphins to the seagulls? What happened in 1976, which is missing here? What bad PR did dolphins get for them to change to fucking seagulls? The rats of the sky? Doesn't make any sense. I quite like the red and blue badge, but it would be remiss of me to go against this whopper. And like a good whopper, not a bad whopper, in a good way. I don't know if you can use it in a good way, but it's not only a dolphin seemingly wearing a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, he's standing up, okay? Because he loves Brighton and Hove Albion so much, he has learnt to walk on terrain. He has evolved so much quicker amongst his peers because he wants to go stand in the terraces in Brighton and Hove. That's what this represents to me. Trying really hard. Best badge. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Now, this is some Chelsea emblems. They've had loads. Well, it's one, and then for some reason why the website does it like a change of colour, which I wouldn't count. Although I'd say the best iteration of this one is the red one, because that goes against the blue, and I like that. That's pretty sick. I've said that a bajillion times. Whoa! This one, pretty good. Pretty good. They might be bringing back this one or this one next season for one of the kits, which is, I'm sure, will sell like bloody hot cakes. The current badge, they were the first to go back to the roundel because they got bought in like 2005, which is when they changed it. I wouldn't count that as a roundel, by the way. Come on. That's an outline. This is like a proper roundel. Not a fan. Okay, it's fine. It feels very Chelsea, but I think my favourite one, they did have it in the past, to be fair. It's a fresh take. It's a good take. Doesn't feel fortnighty. I'm going to go for the terrifying Chelsea pensioner with no pupils, like some sort of ghost. And I love a badge where you're like, oh, it's a circle. Boing! It's like he's sticking out the circle. Whoa! Design. 3 points. Well, not for them or them. For Chelsea, apparently, because this is a nice badge. It's not a nice badge. It just makes me laugh and I like it. Crystal Phallus. Now, they've not had a lot. This is upsetting me. I think they should actually just whitewash this from history. This, also very upsetting. Very, very upsetting. I'm about to cry. Ooh, they had the pass without the eagle at one point. Very interesting. It's not that interesting. But to me and you, who are watching this, it probably is. But maybe don't bring it up on like a date. I don't think that would be fun. What the fuck is this? Were they French at one point? Sickening. I'm going to go for... Ooh, this CP It looks like some sort of like ultra right-wing group. That's what this looks like. I'm not... The Glaziers. No, not for me, that one. It's pretty much their new badge or the iteration of... Well, the new badge is an iteration of their old badge. The roundel's pretty fun, but that is maybe the ugliest bird I've ever seen. We do have to look at Tottenham's badges later, so let's hold that thought. I'm going to go for their current badge takes it. Now, they did actually update this to a slightly lighter red. Look at that. Interesting. Everton. Now, what have we got cooking here? Well, it's obviously this one. Look at the frills. Look at the excitement. Look at the design. I think this moment in history should be shamed. If you're doing this in the 70s. A sans serif font. It's like people discovered it and were like, wow, that's really cool because it's so simple. Which is a bit of a situation that we're at now. I'd like more interesting design to come back. And I'm sure it will. I'm liking this with the green. Little forest green with the blue. Nice. Me likey. This one, not the biggest fan. It's a bit wonky. That's a horseshoe. Oh, this one is so bad. It's one of the worst. It is really poor. I don't know how this got through the design process. And rightfully so. They changed it immediately. So fair play. And then they came up with a much better badge. This feels very Everton. This is a beautiful remake of pretty much, you know, what they've had throughout history. However, I'm going to go for the 1991 to 2000 badge. I love it. I like that it's in white. I think that goes nicely against the home shirt colour. I think it goes nicely on a white away kit as well. There's not too much around it, so unlike the one after where they've got 1878 on it and Everton at the bottom, I like this one. Maybe because it's pretty close to the current one. It's interesting enough, but still feels clean, and I like that. Fulham up next, and it's obviously not going to be this, okay? Pretty simple, pretty boring, just not a lot of personality there. It is like iconic Fulham badge to me, but I saw an old fella on the tube the other day, and he had a jacket on, and I was like, I recognise that badge because I prepared this video a couple of days before, and it had this badge on, and it was pretty sick, and I wanted to go up to him, and I wanted to shake his hand, okay? I wanted to go, nice badge, old geezer, mate, but I didn't, because I'm in England, okay? I was born here. We don't do that. Okay, I should have done that. It might have made his day. We could have a little chat. It would have been nice. I will do that next time. Okay? But I didn't do it. I bottled it. But it's pretty nice. But it's not their best. Because I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is a seemingly damaged house drawn on paint by a child. What is the story behind this? Is it the cottage falling down? Because I believe at one point they ended up staying there because it kept falling apart, but they couldn't move it anywhere else. So that's why Fulham's there. So this must have been when it was falling apart. And, you know, a war was happening. So probably happened as well. But yeah, this by far the best one. Ipswich Town. Now, pretty easy this one. They haven't had a lot. It's this class. So good. One of my favourites in the Football League system. Fascinating. You got that for the river or water or whatever's near. They've got, I don't know if you've ever been to Ipswich, but they actually have a lot of horses that play football. There's no tractor on there. They are called the Tractor Boys. And there's no boys on there. That's weird. It's much better than like the 70s one, which they've sort of just revamped. And it's class. It's just good. I think it's solid. I think the colourway really works. The red on it for me. Once again, it's an easy win if you do a red and blue colourway with white. You're getting a high score from this guy. Leicester City. Now, their current badge. Pretty good. Pretty class. 125 years. Yeah, it's fine. A bit crap. And then pretty similar. And then pretty similar again. But the 80s, a little fox. That's pretty cool, that. I like that the circle doesn't go all the way around and it stops a little bit. But it's connected to his foot. I like it. This one, weird. It's weird. It's interesting how much better people got at drawing stuff in more like a symbolic, abstract way throughout time. Because what the fuck is this? This is a dog. This is not a fox. This is your neighbour's dog that won't stop barking. I'm going to go for the 80s badge. Really good. Just class. I think it's a wonderful, gorgeous little symbol bit design. Really nice, that. Fair play. Liverpool. Now, interestingly enough, this looks very Manchester United, doesn't it? Oh, whoa. Controversial, that one. Very good. Ooh, copying each other. Ooh. Liverpool are the least round badge club you could possibly have. Since 2012, they've had this. Okay, the Liverbird. No, the Liverbird. Is it called the Liverbird? I think it's pronounced like that. It's fine. Okay. It was cool for like one or two. Like, oh, that's cool. But ultimately, by far, their best ever. Oh my God, they've got a merman. 2 birds and 2 mermen. But he's like fucking Poseidon. What is going on there? Was that when they were selling humans? Did they do that in 1892? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know my time scale on that one. Oh, this is a banger, this one. This is good. I do like this one. But, boom. 1999 to 2012. This is Liverpool to me. That's just, obviously you're going to probably pick ones with the main badge people had when you were growing up. But it's just gorgeous, isn't it? You've got the flames. You've got the gate. You've got You'll Never Walk Alone on there. You've got when they've been established. You've got a little ribbon thing. You've got the Liverbird in there. You've got Liverpool Football Club in there. It's a very unique shape. No one else has this. The colours, glorious. And then they went simple. And I hate that now. It's fine for 1 or 2. Fine for a third kit. But this, they had nailed that. Really good badge. It's a shame they finally changed it. Now, Manchester City. My boys, the boys who can't win a single game of football. It's tough, this one. It's tough. Now, this badge is Manchester City to me. This means everything to me, this silly little badge, okay, with the 3 decorative stars, which have no meaning, but to me now have so much meaning, because that's City to me. But I'm not going to say it's the best one. It looks pretty cool in black and white, but I'm not going to say it's the best one. This one, current one, definitely not the best one. Too Fortnitey. If this wasn't, I did a video where I fixed it. If this wasn't popping out here, if it was just in there and it wasn't round, I could take it. I don't like that it doesn't say MCFC or it doesn't say football club as well, or City FC after it. I don't like that, and I know why they've done it. It's been to be like, oh look, we're not just a football club. We're like an organisation. Fuck off. Football is dying, and I hate it. And I don't want to get a little bit political, but it is. It's capitalism and the endless seeking of profits and more and more and more and more and more and more. Fuck off. Don't know why I had to put the glasses on for that bit. I'm going to go. I love this one. It's just pretty weird and a bit shit. I think it's one of these two. This is the best Manchester City badge. It's class. I absolutely adore it. Love it. Classic. Reminds me of my dad because he had a scooter with this on. Pretty cool, that. Not like a push scooter, like a Lambretta, like a Vespa, okay? Not like a... I'm just picturing my dad now on a little £5 metal Razor scooter just going along. Now we come on to this fucking club. Fuck off, you shit bastards. What is that? Newton Heath. Okay. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Oh, God. Now, interestingly, look. Recognise that eagle? Whoa! I think Manchester have some sort of coat of arms which has an eagle on it. Okay, so the eagle wasn't random. That's pretty cool. But it's weird seeing it to do with Manchester United. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Whoa, I've zoomed in too much. Oh, well, they've pretty much had the same badge the whole time, just with a various iteration. So I'm going to go the nicest one. Oh, what a horrible question. The current one's awful, with the little gradient, sickening. But it's very them, isn't it? I'll say 2007 to 2009. I think it's much better flat. You don't want gradient in your badge. Really horrible. Really, really horrible at the moment. Don't do that. Sickening. Yeah, these ones, you can see what they're trying to do. That one they've nailed. That's a bit more normal, like shapeage. The shapeage on this one, what is that? That is upsetting, but deservedly so for them. Fuck them. Pricks. Newcastle United. Now, there's not a lot here, and I'm baffled when I see them. When I see old kits with this badge on. I'm like, is this Swansea? What is this? Is this what's good? And it turns out it's Newcastle, and it just feels very non-Newcastle. It's weird to me. I love this badge. Very good, very unique. Seahorses Whoa, that's pretty manly. This one. Glorious. I like these leads. Have the LUFC smiley face badge. And Newcastle had this one, which they adopted at a similar time in the 80s. A lot of people just sort of copied sort of trends, which people do now. That's just how life works. I think it's a really nice one. They've got it on their third kit or away kit now. Yeah, love it. A little magpie on there. Nufk. Good. Class. Best badge. But you wouldn't want them to permanently change it. But I think it's their nicest badge. This should always be their badge, and this should never change. Oh, this is a toughie. This is a toughie. Now, which one is their best? And which one's their worst? It's going to be since 2010 for me. Their current badge, pretty good. Worst? Ooh, I think also since 2010. Yeah. No, this. Why are you putting the 2 stars under it? Why are you just trying to be different, bruh? It's amazing how they have nailed the badge perfectly. Since 1974. Southampton. Which one do I pick? Now, I like when they got to 1995. They're like, oh, we don't really use footballs like that anymore. Let's update it. And then they're also like, trees don't really look like it anymore. It's a good update, that. Yeah, the text is way too thick there. Maybe a bit too thin here afterwards, actually. This is a horrible 125 centenary. Jesus, the gradients on this bad boy. Give off, mate. Ugh. What is that? It looks like Red Nose Day. I'm going to have to go for... Did they make it slightly thicker, the text? No, exactly the same. I'm going to go for their current badge since 1995. The consistency, though, here is stupendous. I've made a new word. Stupendous. Stupid. Bloody stupendous. It's meant to be like, I was meant to say stupendous, but I didn't. I just made a significant contribution to the English language, so you're welcome. Tottenham Hotspur. Now, this one, shite, mate. Too fucking simple. He's standing on a fucking basketball. This one, what is this? This looks like a fucking Concorde jet. Horrible. Don't like it. It's got Latin, though. This one, almost there. I can't imagine Tottenham having a shield badge. Interesting. This one, maybe the worst shield I've ever seen. What would this defend against? Look how your legs would be so exposed. Your crotch may be covered, but your femur is getting attacked by an arrow if this was a medieval setting. Well, this is funny, isn't it? Because it's just like, do we do an abstract recreation of a cockerel, or should we actually? No, we'll just. Okay, just a picture of a cockerel. Yeah, that'll do, actually. And then they gave the abstract one a go, and I think maybe they should have kept the other one. This is the ugliest. Whoever drew this, I'm so sorry. You are definitely dead. It looks like it's wearing a turtleneck, and its head is popping out, and it's actually scaring me the more I look at it. But I don't think there's a single good one here. I'm gonna go for this one because you forget about the cockerel, okay, and you concentrate on other stuff. There's no trees in Tottenham. Or a castle. Or lions. I've been there. West Ham up next. Thames Ironworks FC. They had that on a kit a couple of years ago, and it looked pretty shit. I saw someone wearing that the other day. Not good. Not good for me. Maybe the outer shield bad. The middle, quite like it. It almost looks like an emoji. I'm going to go for... Oh my god. When you compare... They had that on a kit recently. Oh. When you compare their current badge to their old one, there's no competition. This is the best. Easily the best. And I don't think it's just because this is the one I sort of grew up with. I think it's great. I think it's a nice little modernization of previous West Ham badges. I think the little castle thing, which they sort of had on their ground, which just looked a bit silly, to be honest, looks great in the badge. But I get that they had to change that. I don't like the round one. It looks like a weird cock. I get they had to change that because they left, so they weren't there anymore. But, oh, it's just so much better, isn't it? I love that the ribbon bit, I need to find out the actual name for that, connects. That's pretty class, that. Love it. And they moved the castle just back a bit, so there's a little bit of breathing space there. Modernised the irons, the hammers. And, yeah, perfect. Easily their best badge. And finally, we come down to my arch nemesis, Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are struggling a bit, aren't they? Interesting. Could happen to a nicer club. This badge is terrifying. And it's weird that they went back for 3 years. In 1993, they just thought, you know what, shall we just have the badge from 1921 back for 3 years? Out of darkness, cometh light. Interesting. It looks like Stevenage. This is horrendous. This attempt at drawing of some wolves. These are dogs, okay? With, what is that? How are they legs? These are not legs. These are for swimming. And this is, I'm pretty sure this is the Weight Watchers logo. I know this probably came before Weight Watchers. I say probably as if not definitely, but I haven't Googled it. Maybe it didn't. This is really bad, but they should go back to this one. I'm oddly going to go for 96 to 2002. I like how horrible the shape of this is. How tiny the eyes of the wolf is. It's looking sly. Okay, it's looking like it's gonna. You're not gonna be able to domesticate it. It's gonna run into your encampment, okay, and it's gonna eat your fucking children. That's what it's gonna do. But it's gonna do it in the 90s. It's gonna do it in the 90s in some weird sort of cyberpunk post-apocalyptic film, okay, where everyone wears leather and everyone's androgynous and they all just start shagging each other, right? That's what this badge is. Why have I cut to me? I've been your boy Kieran. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get to 40,000 subscribers by the end of my days. I've cut to the badge by accident. Fuck's sake. I do all this with my feet, by the way. I have a pedal. That's fun, isn't it?